Good afternoon, everybody. This is Keenan McBride coming to you from Success Strategy Training and Development, and I thank you for joining me on this coffee break. I wanted to talk about learning systems, in particular the EDAC learning system from Success Strategy versus the standard objective-based learning systems. This is all surrounding the development of curriculum, okay, the benefits of both. So, of course, objective-based learning has been around for decades. Right? You set objectives based on measurable and observable items that you want to be able to see in the learner. Now, the only issue with that is sometimes when we develop curriculum, have you ever run into the problem of how do I make sure that the learner is really on a road to retaining what we talked about? How do I know that they fully grasp the techniques of what we are discussing? Sure, I hit the objectives, I answered the questions in the objectives. By the end of this course, the learner will do ABC. That's wonderful. However, what happens after? Well, this is where EDAC comes in. I think EDAC can take the objective-based learning system and add to it, or just kind of blow it up, if you will. EDAC, in my opinion, goes deeper because EDAC almost forces retention, especially to someone who is maybe unfamiliar with a subject or new to learning a subject. It's a more immersive technique to learning and retaining something. Why do I say that? Well, EDAC, of course, is an acronym. It stands for Examine, Discover, Apply, and Create. Examine, discover, apply, and create. Those really are your objectives for any course that you use the EDAC method in. Well, why do I say that? Well, just as most objective-based courses are based on, in this course, the learner will, and it states some principle or some task or something that the learner is expected to do or retain. EDAC does that, except for it does it in a way that it forces the subject into the mind of the learner. And it does that by really answering 4 questions. 4 simple questions. Any subject, anything you can think of, you can use those 4 questions. What are they? What is it? What does it do? How can it make me better? How can I sustain any improvements? That's it. So, your objectives in any EDAC-based course, the examine state or the examine phase, what that does is you gain knowledge of the process. You tell me what it is. Give me the breadth of it, the big picture, 50,000 foot view. Give me awareness level. Tell me what I'm looking at. I examine the workings, understand the ideology and the methodology surrounding a process, and I gain full awareness. Then I move to the discover phase. This is more of an analytical viewpoint where I connect the dots, if you will. Give me all of the points previously unknown. Give me the details. Give me things that are of particular interest to me. Actually, you're just teaching me the details, and I will pick out things that are of particular interest to me as the dots are connected with the details. Remember, examination, big picture. Discover, details. Now, in all that, that's allowed me to think about me, my situation. That's the apply. The apply phase is where I see where it can be used in my life. You see, this is when the learner pinpoints the areas where they can apply the things that we've seen and learned through examine and discover and use it to make themselves better. And the instructor helps them along with that through carefully staged exercises that point to how to make one better. And you do this with discussion as well. Finally, the create. Once we discover how something can make us better, what good is it going to be if we just go out and we just say, okay, conquer, do well. But we need to make sure that it's sustained. The create phase is where you help the learners to create an action plan for sustaining the gains that they have made in the apply phase. And this can be creating a written action plan, a job aid, policy evaluation, some other method, anything. As long as they create a method for sustaining the actions that they're taking to make them better. This is the way that it almost forces retention. And you can use EDAC with any subject. And it takes away, I guess, the page of the learner will do X, Y, Z, because at that page, most people just look at it and say, okay. But EDAC gives you a pathway of learning. Big picture, details, how does it apply to me? This is how I'm going to use it. That's EDAC versus objective based. And that's how Success Strategy builds their courses, is through the EDAC learning method. Contact Success Strategy Training and Development to learn more about this method. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.